I was in Ukraine right before the war started, and even when I was there, everyone knew that the Russia was going to invade Ukraine in the new year. It was hard to hear that because they're our neighbors. We're supposed to work together, but instead they're choosing to destroy us. Once the war started, I just kind of felt hopeless, trying to keep in touch with family, trying to see how we could help them.
So once we started that conversation, we talked about how we can provide help moving forward.
Very quickly it turned those phone conversations from me just finding out what's going on to how many power banks do you need? The soldiers need the medical kits. How many do you need?
We started pouring efforts into those kind of things by partnering up with schools, medical doctors.
I volunteered at a military hospital where almost every other day there were vans from the front lines of injured soldiers coming in so that they could be sorted by wounds. And I saw mothers and children sitting in that hospital waiting to see them. I thought of parents who have children, and they do this every day since February of 2022. Many of the school days get interrupted by sirens, and children and teachers have to shelter very quickly.
And in the case of kids, zooming in on phones, trying to do their homework throughout the whole entire day.
I felt that this is the least we can do, is buy them the most standard tablets so that they can enroll in schools and get into classes. And to them, it was more than a tablet. To them, it was the fact that somebody cared about them and didn't leave them alone in this situation. And that was probably the biggest and most humbling learning for me. And that what still keeps me going today with this work.
There's also grid sharing. Different towns or different parts of towns have different hours that they get power. So power is a key focus in Ukraine. Key infrastructures get targeted and bombed, so there's not a lot of power. We had requests from family members to send them power banks. And we kind of sat there and thought, well, if the energy grid is getting hit, we need to find another source of energy for them that they can actually use these power banks. So we thought of solar power banks, and we've been sending those to the fathers, the sons, anyone in the front lines. And this also helped keep communication between families and even charging their equipment to help them survive.
One of the very pronounced needs that I learned about on the recent trip is the prosthetic eyes. A project that we Friends of Chervonohrad have an honor to be a part of is the co-pilot program led by Razom for Ukraine to bring oculoplastic surgery skill set to the surgeons in Ukraine.
As an oculofacial plastic surgeon working with a team of facial plastic surgeons, what we have seen is a great need for reconstructive work in Ukraine and helping soldiers that have been injured by these modern weapons. A bomb or a device that detonates close to a group of soldiers, it comes in a way that it's both swift and quiet. Through our work, what we have seen is many of these injured soldiers coming in having facial injuries as part of their stage rehabilitation and return or some degree of normalcy in their life for function, productivity, social engagement, and developing a future. A lot of the help that they have needed is from a facial reconstructive standpoint. being able to train practicing surgeons and young residents and trainees on a variety of complex reconstructive procedures, through to the operating room staff and other hospital staff working together and collaborating in an exchange and transfer of knowledge. The grim reality is, even though we are making an impact on each of these trips, we are essentially scratching the surface for the number of people that really need the help and will continue to need the help in the future. One of the major things that I think our visiting teams can offer is hope.
This help makes a big difference. We invite all of our friends, family, anyone who you can spread the word to take a moment to help those who are a lot less fortunate than us, one day at a time and one person at a time.